Hi guys, and welcome to my S Reacts. Now, I'm starting a rewatch of season 1 Young Royals before the final season 3 of Young Royals comes out next month. It's been a while. I think it's been like, I can't exactly remember the last time I watched season 1, but I thought, you know what, just have a bit of, fun, like a rewatch. I did was Heartstopper before season 2 came out, before season 2 of Heartstopper came out, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do like a rewatch of season 1 of Young Royals, and this is gonna be like a throwback because season 1 compared to like season 2 was so different, and like just like the whole vibe and just everything, and like from like what we've seen of the small snippets we've seen of season 3 as well, it's gonna be like so different. So it's gonna be so weird going back to season 1, but I'm excited to rewatch season 1. I think once like season 3 come out, I've done my reactions to it, then I'm gonna just watch all 3 seasons again. And just keep doing that, because as much as I'm like, oh my god, season 3 is the last season and it's the last time we're going to see these characters, and it's going to be so sad, it's going to be so emotional, I feel like I'm going to cry when it comes to like season 3, because who knows, if Wilman are not endgame, then obviously tears, but like just the series ending in general, it's going to be tears. But I'm super excited to get into season 1. It's gonna be weird. I do wish I did my first initial reaction of season 1 as well, like I have done for like other shows, but we're here to do a rewatch and I'm excited. So I'm gonna split these all 6 episodes into part 1 and part 2. Basically what I did was season 2, and I'm gonna do with season 3, but be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and this will be part 1, but check out part 2, will be linked down below. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's like going back, it's like rewatching it for the first time, that's what it kind of feels like. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, like when I first saw this, I thought, because when you see like all the scratches on his face, you're thinking, oh, he's a bit of a rebel, oh, he, bit of a rebel prince, he's always, getting into trouble. That's kind of what I thought he was kind of like. Especially this scene, I'm like, oh my god. I'm not really headbutted him, I'm just like...
Det är någonting som ni måste adressera själv.
Därför har jag tillsammans med mina föräldrar beslutat att omgående börja på Hillerska riksinternat.
Ja.
See, this is where you're like, oh my god, because it's literally clear that all they care about is like the reputation, and it's like Prince first, son second, and you could just see how much he doesn't want to, he just didn't want to go. But then when you get through to the series and you're just like, there's a reason why it's a good thing that he went in the first place. I'm like, Simon. And we'll get to that, but can we just cut, what's the word, like Edwin, like his acting is like insane, and like he deserves all the awards, is basically what I'm saying. But there's a word, but I can't think of it right now. Like not celebrate, but like kind of like similar to that, but it's like, oh, I don't know, let's just carry on.
Mamma, jag tänker inte börja på en internat.
Det är redan bestämt.
Ja, utan mig.
Du är bara tyst.
Ska inte jag få bestämma hur fan jag vill leva? Jag vill leva ett vanligt liv.
Om inte vi kan skydda dig från sådana här situationer, så får vi se till att situationerna inte uppstår. Hillerska kommer hjälpa dig att komma in i rutiner och få rätt umgänge. Sluta!
I think this was like the scene where you can see the first signs of like his anxiety and like everything like that, and like his mental health, and it's just like you can understand in a way like they have to sort of keep the reputation of like the royal family, and like anything like this can like really affect it, and like their sort of positions can be judged, and it's like, scandals like this isn't really helping their situation. But then you're like, instead of just being like the queen or whoever, you want to help your son. Like, your son in that sense should come first, and like the prince kind of thing should come after that. And that's kind of what has annoyed me throughout the series, is like how his mum has been very like royal family first, and like the royal part is very like that's the thing that's really important, and that's really what annoyed me. I'm just like, can't you just be like a mum for like 5 seconds?
Jag vill börja med att säga att det finns ingen som är mer besviken på mig än min familj. Och framförallt jag själv. Och försäkrar er om att det inte kommer att hända igen. Jag vill också meddela att jag tillsammans med mina föräldrar har beslutat att omgående flyttas till Hillerska riksinternat.
Okay, I love that the little looks to the camera. Like, I think that's such like a very like added touch. It's just like, it's like he's looking directly at you, and it makes you feel a certain way that you wouldn't normally feel. It's like breaking that. Is it like breaking the fourth wall? I think that's what it's called. Fourth wall, I think. Or was it third wall? One of the walls. But yeah, this is a really difficult scene to like watch in a way, and I'm just like going through it again. I'm like, oh my god. And the way he just sort of like added responsibility, because I'm like, he's like a teenager, and like he's having to like deal with all this added pressure of being prince, and like I'm not even gonna pretend that I know what that'd be like, but you can imagine.
Vad roligt att träffa kronprinsen igen.
Detsamma, så fint att se dig.
Can I just say how annoying it is to see August at this point? Like, yeah, he hasn't done anything wrong, when it's just first come to the screen, but after you've watched, you know, both seasons already, you're thinking, oh my god. And it's hard to go back to like how I originally felt at this point in seeing August, because obviously he hadn't done anything wrong. Like, we didn't really know anything about him, and he was just, you know, just like a new character that we'd been introduced. So it's hard to like not hate him already, considering we know what happens. I think at this point I was just like, you know what, he seems like such like a suck up, and he seems very like wanting to impress, and like he wants, you know, to be like the main sort of like the main man, or whatever you want to call it. Depends how you see it, but like he just really wants to be on side, and like he just really wants, like, you know, to get in there.
Jag var inte igår. Jag syns ju knappt längre. Alexander. Alexander Bagge. Sånt du gjort Bagge. Äger av Bagge Investments. Så hälsar man.
Hej, Erik. Trevligt. Hej, Wilhelm. Alexander.
Sträck på dig.
Trevligt.
Jag kan ta den här själv.
Jag tar.
Det är verkligen...
Vänta. Kan vi få en bild där prinsarna bär in sina väskor tillsammans med sin syssling?
Jag kan ta den. Det är lugnt. Nej, det är lugnt. Låt honom måla den. Jag kan ta den. Det är lugnt.
Look, I was like, you know what, why are you just, Wilhelm wants to take his own bags, so why don't you just let him take his own bags? Unless it's like a certain way, like, because he's a prince, that you sort of have to feel like you're accommodating to him in a bit more way than you normally would to like someone else who's not part of the royal family. And it's like, they have to be seen to be like, I don't know, like it's a thing for the royal family, and like he has to have someone to carry his bags. But I was like, just let him carry his own bags. Like, he wants, you know, he wants to be like normal as much as possible, and you carrying his bags for him is just, it was like a weird thing. Also, if we get to season 3, like where we are currently in like the storyline, we're jumping ahead here, but I just wanted to mention it because it's kind of like a foreshadowing that I've kind of like noticed, because obviously, spoiler alert, Wilhelm is like the crown prince, and then in order to become king, if he doesn't become king, then August will be taking the throne. And so it's kind of like August is trying to, you know, take the way he's like, you know, they're pulling on the bag, right? It's kind of like you've replaced it with the crown. That's kind of what it's like.
Sista bilden. Sen ska vi till kyrkan och skolans kör.
And it's like the PR is PRing, because this is all PR in it, basically, to try and damage control kind of thing, just show that he's, you know, changing, because obviously the royal family are like, we need to do this, we need to do this. I think, wait, is this the next scene? When Simon is singing? Because this, okay, we'll get into it, but... The way, like, Felice, I love Felice, don't get me wrong. It was just like these beginning like parts where she was very like, you know, into Wilhelm. I'm like, I remember that, oh my god, that seems so long ago.
Nej, vi har ju sett. Visst är det pappa i en kronas dotter? Precis. Felicia är en krona. Jag ska gifta mig med henne. Farfar, sluta lägga runt eller? Det gäller ju att lägga en stadig grund innan hon får för mycket självförtroende.
He was like, I'm gonna marry her. I was like, you sound very sure of yourself, and like the way he's like very arrogant. I'm like, oh my god, August. Like, he was showing red flags immediately, and I'm like, we ain't gonna like him. We ain't gonna like this character. And long behold, we don't like this character. We detest this, like, actor, fine, but the character, detest. You know, we hate him. Like, August, we want him in the trash. This scene, oh, this scene.
Whatever happened to the funky race? A generation lost in peace. Wasn't life supposed to be nice?
Ursäkta, skulle du kunna sjunga lite högre?
I was just like, shut the fuck up. When they're telling him to sing louder, I'm like, why are you ruining his performance? Because Simon, Omar's voice is like an angel, and once he immediately started singing, I'm like, I'm in love. But it was just, and I was like, shut the fuck up. He was singing like, his volume of singing was completely fine, but whatever. This is the first time I see each other. There it is, like, the first time Wilhelm smiles is when he sees Simon and he's singing, like, it's so cute, oh my god. And I feel like this probably was where he was like, you know, immediately see Simon and it's just like feelings, and it's like, maybe like the first time he's ever seen a guy and was like, I like you, you're like attractive, like your voice, like, and I feel like that was just such like a beautiful moment. And just to see the fact that Wilhelm did not smile, and then you see Simon and it's like he just smiles, and it's just so cute, oh my god. This scene was one of my favourites from this episode. This scene, honestly, is so funny, and oh, it's so sad because it was like Eric was the only person who really cared, like how Wilhelm was really feeling, and the only one he really had to talk to and could have just basically talked to him about anything. And then we get to that situation where we'll get to that, but you know what I'm talking about.
Blir ihågkomna av framtida kungen som årtiondets legender, eller som de som inte ens kunde fixa lite sketen skål till prinsen.
This initiation was probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
Din Pippa. Jag måste väl känna någon som köpt hembränt.
Minns du när han kom fram till oss första veckan?
Sluta.
Och bara, tjena.
Det är spira. Som att vi ska ha något gemensamt.
The way they talk about Simon, I'm like,
Usch.
leave him alone.
Som Ang säger alltså. Han är så jävla störig.
August är familj. Du kan lita på August, han är som en bror.
Vem fan pallar leva så här? 3 fucking år alltså!
Lyssna, det är inte bara bra för dig. Allt du gör speglar oss som familj. Du måste sluta tänka bara på dig själv.
And it just annoys me. I'm just like, you can trust him like family. Like, no, you actually can't, because things he does and he carries on doing. And I feel like season 3, that ain't even gonna change.
Vi ses ju snart.
Men de måste verkligen gå.
Why he didn't even want to let go of Eric. Like,
Lämna mig inte.
Nej men,
På riktigt.
jag måste gå. Jag måste...
this part here, like, it's just like a short scene, but I feel like he's just like a representation of how Wilhelm feels, and he just feels in that moment like alone. You know, his brother's just left him. Obviously he has to, but like, and it's like immediately he's just like by himself, just him in a hallway, but like just standing by himself. And I feel like constantly like the biting of the fingers and like the nails and like that sort of shows he has the anxiety he has. And I just thought, I was really sad when I saw this scene, I'm not gonna lie.
Sosse!
Simon. Simon heter jag.
Simon. August. Trevligt.
Är det här ett prank eller?
Nej, jag ville bara säga hej. Jag vill inte hälsat.
Okej, jag har gått här i över en månad. Men sure.
Jag behöver hjälp med en grej. Du känner inte någon som kan fixa alkohol? Du kan fixa sprit. Då kanske jag kan göra ett stort undantag och bjuda med dig. Och då är det väldigt få eftersom jag får komma på sånt.
It's the way that like he immediately thought like Simon could be the one to like get in the booze, and it's all like someone like you there. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Kommer du och hjälper Felix? Bra där. Fatta höger galopp. Fatta höger.
Det är min häst, jag kan rykta själv. Det är lugnt, jag gillar att göra det.
See, these scenes, I was just like, Felice, I was a bit unsure on her at first because like the way she was like treating Sarah, I'm just like, she was literally trying to help, and it's like you could tell like Sarah's really really good with horses and Felice is kind of not so well, and I feel like it's probably something that she was kind of forced into. And I just thought she was a bit mean. I was like, Sarah really didn't deserve that. I mean, she, you know, literally just trying to help.
Jag är snart klar. Du kan gå. Vill du att jag ska rida honom innan eller efter som en ko?
See, this is what I mean, like, should you just ask you a question? And when you find out that Simon and Sarah are like siblings, I was like, oh my god, like you can kind of like see it, but and they're like very like protective of each other. Well, Simon is, and then Sarah. We'll talk about that. We'll probably when we finish the rewatch of the whole season, then we can, you know, discuss that part.
Du kan inte snacka med dig sådär.
Exactly.
Det
Like,
handlar inte om mig.
Det spelar ingen roll.
Jag bryr mig inte. Jag får rida och hjälpa till hur mycket jag vill. Det är perfekt.
Jag vill bara inte att du ska bli dåligt behandlad igen.
what makes me really sad how like close Simon and Sarah were at this point in time to now where we are now. And it makes me sad because like I'm rewatching it, I'm just like, oh my god, they were like, you know, siblings, but they were like best friends too. Like,
Hej Simme, vad händer?
Tvingar de mig att ha nerven från varje dag nu? Nej. Det är bara nu när prins Wilhelm börjar skolan.
Prins Wilhelm.
Jag är lika katt för verkligheten.
Har ni sett giffen de gjorde av slagsmålsklippet eller?
Nej.
Ska vi visa?
It's like, don't laugh. That's your future boyfriend.
Do you think royal dick is different than regular?
Men är hon Maddie?
I'm not the one watching porn.
Ja, jag är ju inte.
Oh my god, Felice, you have to stop stalking him. Why are you even so obsessed with him? You don't need him. You're from like the richest family
För att han
ever.
är kunglig.
Okay, but if it's about being royal, why don't you just hook up with August? He's obviously into you. And they're like cousins, right?
När man ska gå med samma personer i 3 år.
It kind of annoyed me how like she would only go after him because he's royalty. I'm just like,
Ja, och för andra så tillhör August inte kungahuset på samma sätt som Wilhelm.
Simon, sluta. Du smaskar.
Jag glömde servietten så.
Men sluta, det är äckligt!
Favor Simon.
Anna, kan du sätta dig lite ordentligt? Det är inte så trevligt vid matbordet. Jag skulle behöva ett par nya ridbyxor.
Bra, te la que compramos. La que tú tienes ahora.
De håller på att gå sönder. Ja, men det är det som händer när man köper billiga.
this is where it pisses me off.
De
I'm just
håller
like,
inte längre.
like Sarah could at least, you know, be grateful. Obviously her mum does as much as she can for her and Simon. And this is where she kind of became sort of like, when I was watching it, I was like, she's a bit like a snob, and like she wants to be like part of like Hirishka, and like she wants to be, you know, like all prim, proper, and like kind of like how the royal family, I guess, stereotypically is. Well, I mean, it's probably stereotypical, but like they are. And it's just the way she's like telling her mum to like sit straight and like you need to do all this, and like if you buy like, it's like she wasn't really grateful for what her mum was able to provide her, and it's like, you know, they're not like some sort of like rich family. They can't just, you know, buy things, you know, whatever. And I felt like Sarah, she just wasn't grateful, and it just really pissed me off when I first saw this.
De håller på att gå sönder mellan benen, de går inte att använda.
Varför är du så snobbig, Sara?
Kan mycket säga sig det så.
Lägg dig inte i, Simon. Om det var på någon skola som de brydde sig om sånt så var det på Marieberg och inte Hillerska.
Det var med blandning av folk.
Loser som aldrig kommer bli någonting, ja.
Men vad fan säger du? Kan du chilla?
Men sluta vara så på mig. Jag vill bara gå i skolan i lugn och ro. Jag behöver inga vänner. Jag är inte fattar.
Vi blev bjudna på en fest.
Blev ni?
Mm.
Då var det bättre än vad hon ser.
Ja.
Yeah, I was like, Simon's just saying that to like, just because he doesn't want her mum to feel bad. Whereas like Sarah's just very ungrateful, and I can understand like she wanting to be part of something else that she's not, and she feels like probably ashamed of like who she is and like, you know, whatever. But it, you know, Simon's always like there to try and just like help things, and the way her, like, I feel like that's something that her, like, their mum needed to hear, and I'm glad like Simon, you know, not lied essentially, like real, like not lied as much, but like was just more positive of the situation than maybe it should have been. But yeah, so that is the end of my part 1 rewatch of Young Royal season 1 episode 1. Click the link down below to check out part 2, and yeah, I'll see you guys over there. Bye guys.